Massive thanks to the mad lads and ladies supporting the channel. The doggos say thanks. Hey everyone, it's time for some more Monster Hunter, and today we are going to be checking out something a little bit different. So I am going to be doing some progress for the Monster Hunter 1 storyline, but there is a couple of things that I wanted to show. So if you actually look here, I've completed all these quests up to the 5-star quest, but some quests do still show up, and the reason for that is because I forgot, the mod that actually makes the face buttons usable instead of the right analog stick for attacking in this game, it kind of gives it the PSP layout, so to speak. It actually adds, because this is the Japanese version of the game, this actually adds the American release versions of the quests. So it doesn't add dual blades into the game, but at the very least, it does add the single-player quests for the Western release of the game. So I decided what I'm going to do, as soon as my dog stops, is I am going to do these quests and just kind of get them out the way. And I also forgot that even though I am still grinding to get to 6-star in this, to get to the 6-star quests in multiplayer, what I can do is I can go ahead and do some of the single-player stuff. So yeah, maybe I should have been doing that and progressing the single player instead of dilly-dallying, wasting time on other random games. Although, I guess it is kind of nice taking a break now and again. But I am going to go ahead and beat up 20 Genprey. Because, wow, the Western release really didn't hold back on some of these quests. They would have you doing things like killing 15 Bullfango and 20 Genprey solo. Because, yeah, apparently they, I don't know, multiplayer stuff is what it seems like. It's like they took some multiplayer quests and just kind of poured them over into the single player, but not that it'd be super difficult. It's mostly just like a tedious, sort of time-consuming thing. What I'm probably going to do, and the best part about these guys is they are low rank, so it is going to be incredibly easy to kill them. But most likely, what I'm going to do is I'll probably just do the Genprey and then the Eye Prey. Then after that, I'll call it a day, because, yeah, it's pretty easy dealing with these guys, especially in low rank, as long as you don't get paralyzed a bunch, of course. And after you deal with them, after I deal with these guys, I'll probably see if there's any 5-star missions available. I did look through the other quests, and I'll double-check a few times to make sure they don't pop up, but these quests really kind of are Easter eggs, I guess, for lack of a better term, in the single player, because technically, they don't register towards the quest completion. However, since I, as hopefully the soon-to-be greatest Monster Hunter player that's ever lived, although I doubt that, even though I have no idea what I was saying, honestly, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do what I can to beat every single quest I can, and if these quests are modded in, well, who am I to say that I shouldn't do them just so I can at least get that nice, good quest completion clear icon. Pardon my French. Oh, I've already gone halfway through the quest. Let me actually see how much longer we got. I think yeah, that was 3 minutes. We did half the quest. So yeah, that's what I mean. Even though these are, like, I guess technically multiplayer missions that were ported over to the single player for the Western release of the game, it's not like they really took a long time, because these monsters aren't scaled. They are the single player versions of monsters, so they don't really do a lot of damage. What else also doesn't really do a lot of damage is this sword. I am incredibly disappointed with its performance, because due to the sharpness, it is unfortunately quite underwhelming. Because it is meant to be like the strongest physical damage sword in the game, in a sense, but only for like, yeah, like I think that's like 2 or 3 stages. That's at least 2 stages down already in like 3 minutes. So yeah, unless you literally sharpen every minute or two for the entire quest, I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I think this is the lowest sharpness. I think this is like 2 stages down. And yeah, it's just, it's quite tragic, because I love the look of this weapon, and it does so much damage. I really just wish the sharpness was there. See, that's what I mean. Even a mini whetstone, for something like, I can't remember what the other sword and shield I had was before, but it had like doo-doo sharpness. And even that one had better sharpness than this, and I had to like sharpen it less. And yeah, it's just really, really unfortunate. Now, on the flip side, I don't really mind too much, because at least it looks cool. And also, I can still upgrade it to the Eternal Strife, which then will become a heavily Dragon Element weapon. I think it'll only do like 80-something physical damage, which will make it like literally the weakest sword and shield in the game in terms of physical damage. But that Dragon Element will really come in clutch, because like there are some monsters that are incredibly resistant to the Dragon Elements, But if you fight something like Fatalis, Slash, and Lung, I mean, it is absolutely bonkers for the damage against them. Although the sharpness isn't too much better, there's just more yellow sharpness than what there is now. The green sharpness is just about the same. Also, it looks like we are almost done, so let's see if we can go ahead and wrap this up. Alright, looks like we were able to take down all 20 of the Gunprey. Now, you may have noticed there isn't any music, and that's because I forgot to turn it back on. That's my bad. But I don't really have much time left, so I'm just gonna have to leave it off for now, and I'll probably turn it back on next time I play. No promises, though. Alright, time for part 2 of our little journey. So if we check the 2-star quest, there should be nothing there, because I believe I already did those all. If we go back to the 3-star quest, looks like there's nothing there, because that quest is not in rotation. Yeah, looks like we're going to be doing Slay the Gendrel, or Eye Prey hunting. I'm kind of thinking of Eye Prey hunting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back over to my actual good sword and shield, and then we can go ahead and take down some Eye Prey. Oh, what? You got a Kutku? Okay, I guess we got a Kutku. So I don't really have enough time to fight the Kutku right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to fight around the Kutku to beat up these guys, because, yeah, I'm a little low on time. So we'll have to see what happens. If he gets in the way too much, maybe I'll just beat him up, but I'm not too worried about it because he is just a low-rank Kutku. He won't really do a ton of damage. And these Eye Prey also don't really have a lot of health. Now I don't think about it. If I switched over to my lance, I could probably stun lock him, honestly, but I'm not going to be a terrible sport right now. I just want to focus on beating up these Eye Prey and getting it all out the way. Although, I'm surprised Kutku hasn't really charged at me yet. He seems to be just spamming Fireball. Is that a bug, actually? Oh, no, there he goes. Yeah, that was quite the attempt at a smart maneuver there. Kutku spamming Fireball should always work, right? Now, Kutku is actually getting a little bit problematic. I'm already halfway through killing all these guys, which is, I mean, it's not too bad considering I got 1, a Kutku in the way, and 2, just how tanky these little dudes are, because they actually have a lot of health even in low rank, which I guess kind of makes sense. They're meant to be like the stronger versions of the other raptors, such as Wasp Prey and Gen Prey and stuff like that. So yeah, these guys are really tanky, but honestly, I actually might fight Kutku. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get to 15 Eye Prey, and then I'll see if I can beat up Kutku, just to see if I still got it. Because, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I don't have any doubt that I can beat up Kutku, but it is just a low rank, and I kind of just want to beat him up because he is trying to bully me, even though I'm just trying to let him get off easy and get away. But Mr. Kutku here doesn't seem to understand that. He just really, really wants to throw a hand. So, hey, who am I to not oblige his nice request? Although I do got to remember about that little steppy step thing. And, of course, the Gen Prey getting in the way are going to make this a little bit more difficult than it needs to be. So I'm just going to step out of the way here and use a couple of first aid meds because, my goodness gracious alive, these guys are a lot to deal with at the same time. Because again, not the Gunprey, the Eye Prey, and especially just the other raptor enemies in general, they can be surprisingly aggressive whenever you're not focusing on them. Because if you're not focusing on them, they tend to want to attack you more. I don't know if maybe that's just me or if that's how the actual AI works, but it certainly does feel that way. It seems like they're like, you know, hey, don't beat up the Kutku. You know, beat us up. We're trying to get you to get out of here. Finish the mission already. But I really want to fight this Kutku, so I'm going to see if I can do that there. Let's just go ahead and block that as well. Yeah, also, something I'm really surprised about is just how much wind pressure has been reduced and how little of it actually exists in Monster Hunter anymore. I know that in this game, literally just about everything has wind pressure, and if you get hit by it, it's a nice little lengthy stun, but I mean, even all that aside, let's just go ahead and block that. But all the wind pressure stuff aside, it's like, it's just really surprised, not aside, I guess. I am really having a hard time wording and concentrating at the same time, especially when Kutku's doing those little steppy steps and stim stomping on me. But, oh yeah, okay, he's running now. Seems I did a fair bit of damage there, maybe I was getting over his head, so I'm just gonna go ahead and beat up these Eye Prey and finish the mission, but as I was saying about the wind pressure, I'm just surprised about how little of it is in Monster Hunter anymore. Like, you go into Monster Hunter World, you can get right under a Rathalos, and there's, like, no wind pressure, which, don't get me wrong, it's fine, I guess, but I'm really surprised they didn't at least include some attacks from monsters where literally they just blow a gust of wind at you to kind of stun you, the same way they did in the older games, without making it part of literally everything they do that involves flying. And because of that, it does make me kind of miss it a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, wind pressure is a little bit annoying and a little bit frustrating, But at the same time, in the context of using it as kind of an ability to give you some breathing room as a monster, I feel like it'd be. I feel like it's pretty useful and a nice little move that you can give to monsters that could help expand their arsenal and give them some more options on, you know, like stunning hunters and getting them away or reducing damage from them without actually taking away from the fight itself. As long as it's not a move they spam per se. Mostly like how bosses in Dark Souls still dodge just like the player. But they do more of like a leaping sidestep. Something like that. Just an ability to like maneuver or reposition. Oh, looks like Cuckoo's coming to say bye. Bye, Cuckoo. See you later. Alright, I think that's going to do it for me. Thank everybody so much for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like on it. Comment down below if you want to see more of these little Easter egg missions that have been modded into single player from the Western release. And, well, I mean, I'll probably be doing them anyway. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, or just more Monster Hunter content in general. Also, if you want to join a Discord of people who do love playing Monster Hunter, do check out my Discord, linked in the description below. And if you want to support the future of the channel, check out my Patreon, linked in the description below, or become a member, or leave a super chat or a super thanks, or whatever it is. Yeah, it'd mean a lot to me. That said, thank everybody so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye now.